welcome to another Coffee with Scott. On the way home after work, and a question was asked to me several weeks ago after one of our Sabbath services. And the question was, are we, I guess, pretty much keeping the Sabbath correctly? Because in Leviticus 23, Yahweh, God says, these are my feast days, and they are to be, or we are to declare them to be, holy convocations. Now, this word convocation, when you dig down deep, it means rehearsal or a gathering together, but it also means to read. So the question was asked, should we be coming to a building, or should we be leaving our homes at the Sabbath and meeting together, or should we be staying at home and reading? And so I've thought about that off and on for the last couple of weeks, and there is one verse that keeps coming to my mind in the New Testament that answers this question that maybe we often look past or look over this question. And that is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 25, which says, forsaking not, or not to forsake the assembling of yourselves together. And then it goes on to say, as many do, or as many do, as you see the time approaching. So we are to do it even more as we see the arrival of the kingdom approaching, and as with the arrival of the kingdom gets closer, we understand there will be tribulation. But we are, the writer of Hebrews says, and here's my point, forsake not the assembling of yourselves together. I want to look at this word assembling because in the New Testament, this word alone, I believe, answers the question of, should we gather together at a location and worship and celebrate, or should we stay at home and read the Bible on the Sabbath? This Greek word that is used for assembly, and I'm just going off my memory, but it's going to be something like episynagogue. Episynagogue. And it just means to assemble together, to congregate, to meet, an assembly. And so that in itself would answer the question, I think, of should we assemble together or should we stay at home? If you search, and you search out the Hebrew equivalent to this word, which the writer of Hebrews, no doubt, was writing to Hebrew people. So possibly he would have used, if he's writing in Greek, he would have used a Greek word or a Greek equivalent to a Hebrew word that means the same thing. So in the Hebrew, the closest equivalent to this Greek word is kahal. It's used in the Hebrew scriptures. Kahal itself is speaking of assembling together, congregating together. And it is used many times in the Hebrew scriptures in reference to the Sabbath, to feast days, to God's appointed times. So the answer to the question, I feel, would be that yes, the Bible supports meeting, congregating, gathering together on the Sabbath, on these feast days. Thank you for tuning in for another Coffee with Scott.